What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name's Carrie, and today I'm wearing my Kermit the Frog Santa hat. I'm sitting in front of my Christmas tree with some presents that I just wrapped. I'm gonna put a little asterisk to that. I only wrapped like 4. Yes, I am old, and my mom still wrapped most of my presents. Thanks, Mom. But that is not what we're here to talk about today. What we're here to do today is to talk about my top 5 gifts ideas. There are so many fountain pen related gifts. Holy smokes, are there so many fountain pen related gifts. But I came up with 5 that are gonna range anywhere from this person doesn't even know what a fountain pen is to a longtime fountain pen user who, you know, you're a close loved one with and you're gonna spend a little bit on them. So it's going to range anywhere between a couple dollars to like almost $300. So these are the ones that I've created. These are the ones that I thought about. What I'm very interested though is list yours down in the comment section below, because there is an infinite amount of ideas that you could come up with. And maybe, just maybe, myself or anyone down in the comment section will be able to help you guys with last minute ideas. So let's start with somebody who has never used fountain pens before, ever. But you love them, you're really into them, and they're showing just the slightest little bit of interest into them. What do you get them? Well, I suggest a Pilot Varsity. So the Pilot Varsity, you can either get in a single like this, or you can actually get in a whole pack. You can get, I think it's like 7 or 8 colors in one. And the reason why I chose this is because it's pretty inexpensive. If you get the whole pack, I think it's about 20 bucks. If you get just an individual one, it's like $1.50, $2, depending on where you're going. They're preloaded, so the person that you're giving these to is never gonna have to worry about filling them or messing around with ink or cleaning them, because cleaning is an investment into fountain pens. And these you don't have to. I have had this one and all the other colors for, I want to say like 3 years, maybe a little bit longer, because I got these actually shortly after I got into fountain pens. And I've never cleaned them, obviously, and they still work flawlessly. For the price, my gosh, they are smooth. They're pretty hard to mess up. Like, you'd have to really press down really hard in order to mess them up. So I think this is a perfect segue into fountain pens for people. It's close enough to what they already know, but it still gives them more of a fountain pen experience. What I would recommend if you are to get these is get them maybe like a sample of notebooks, or let's face it, if you're into the fountain pens, like I'm sure 99.9% of you watching this are, maybe just give them a bit of your paper, like loose sheets and stuff like that, just so that they can try it on some good paper, because any fountain pens on bad paper suck. So that is idea number 1. Idea number 2. Along the same lines of the Pilot Varsity, if you're looking to spend a little bit more, maybe that person has already tried your fountain pens a bunch of times and they really like it, but they're still hesitant to invest their own money into the hobby. What I recommend is getting them a Pilot Metropolitan or a Lambie Safari, something along those lines, but I prefer the Pilot Metropolitan, and a Rhodia notebook. So this is really great because it's a hard journal. You don't have to get bright orange. I just decided to be extra back in 2015 when I got this one. You can also get a black one. There are also other ones that are a little bit more expensive that are different colors now. They have a whole bunch. It's a typical notebook, so it comes with the drawstring. It does come with the bookmark spacer. Comes with a little envelope portion here. Ooh, what is in here? Oh, cute. A poem I wrote, apparently. It comes with a little envelope back here. What's really nice is that the lines are pretty big, so regardless of what they're using or anything like that, they'll be able to get their own line. So whether they print, cursive, doesn't matter. And it handles paper fantastically. And by handles paper, I mean handles ink. Duh. I'm not going to show you too much up close and personal of this just because this is a personal journal of mine. So there are definitely some thoughts in there, but I have done a full review. Actually, I think I've done a full review of everything except for one thing. So check my channel if you want to know more, but this is my number 2. So like a Pilot Metropolitan and a Rhodia notebook. They can take this around, they can do whatever they want. It's a little bit more of an investment. Pilot Metropolitans are about $20-ish, depending on where you get it. And the notebooks, I believe, are about $23 to $25-ish. All prices in American because that's apparently what everybody does, even though I'm Canadian. But I would still recommend this even if you are Canadian. So that's number 2. Moving on from there, we're stepping up our game a little bit. What I would recommend next, if you're wanting a gift for somebody who, again, gone further into the hobby, kind of in the middle of the pack, and that would be the Platinum 3776 and a Leuchtturm notebook. So what I like about these is that this is a Japanese pen. It's a very fine line, which pairs perfectly with a Leuchtturm notebook because they have very small lines. Benefit to that is that the notebook lasts a very long time. It's a very beefy notebook. And like I said, the lines are smaller, so they are, you have to write a bit smaller to use it. And Japanese pens are definitely smaller writing nibs. If you want something, so again, this person's been in the hobby a little bit longer. If you want something very fine, you can get ultra extra fine, you can get extra fine, you can get fine. A medium is more closer to like a Western medium. And then of course, broad is pretty much the same. But these offer a lot of different choices so that you can choose for the person you're giving to. I assume at this point you know who it's going to. You know if they prefer really, really fine nibs or really, really broad nibs. If they do prefer broad, coarse nibs are great to be ground into architect nibs. Anyways, this also comes with a little pocket in the back. It also comes with your page marker. The benefit to this one that the Rhodia doesn't have, if you care about it, is that they are numbered, the pages. They have a nice sort of section at the top where you can put your date and time, which is also super, super cool. Again, I'm not going to show you super amount up close because I have filled this. Again, it is a personal journal. For those of you who watch me a lot, you know that I journal a lot. But what I also think is really cool is that there is a table of contents. And I personally use that as a test page. So the thing with Leuchtturm is that 95% of what you use will be just fine in here. There's the odd ones that don't work very well. They might feather a little bit. So I really like the table of contents for that because then I can write a quick line, just even saying what pen and ink it is. And I know if I will have a nice journaling session with it. And with this being a gold nib, it is a step up, but it's not that expensive. You can find these for about, 90 some odd dollars if you're willing to go gray market. And then the Leuchtturm is like pretty cheap as well. I think again, around the $20-ish mark. So not too shabby. But if you're willing to step up a little bit, you love this person very, very much, then go for step 4. And that would be a more expensive pen. And I was torn apart between which one to pick. So I picked them both and I'm leaving it up to you. I would consider either the Lambie 2000 or the Pilot Custom Heritage 823. The reason why I chose these is because they are fantastic fantastic. I almost choked over my spit. They are fantastic, fantastic, fantastic writers that you can take every day with you throughout every day, all life, all walks of situations, everything. And oh, I just hit the table. And they're beautiful. So again, I've done full reviews of them, so check them out if you want to know like detailed information about them. But they're both very smooth. They write really well. This is a piston fill. This is a vacuum filled pen, but they both hold pretty large amount of ink. They're both gold nibs, very, very smooth. One's a little more classic looking than the other. This one happens to be blue, but get the black one. This one runs about $288 American. The black one, I'm not even gonna give a price because honestly, like I've seen it so many different prices, but it is less expensive than this. But I think they're both very, very, very solid. This is definitely for somebody who is in the hobby. They know what they're doing. I would not give this to a new person because they might destroy it, especially the Pilot because it does have a softer nib than the Lambie. But I think those pens are at the pinnacle of like the fountain pen life for me anyways. So they are worth the price in my opinion. And there's not really any extra frills to them, but they are worth it. So again, law of diminishing returns. Eventually you're gonna get into like $1,000 pens, but at the end of the day, they're still gonna write like something in and around this level. So I think these are phenomenal. They are an investment. So again, have them be in the hobby. Maybe they're not willing to invest in that themselves, but if you love them very much and you have an open budget, those are definitely the ones to go. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to speak quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. So now we're at number 5. And I've geared away from the fountain pens and notebooks and into the more experience side. So pens are great, notebooks are great. Without them, you can't use them, but there are always additions to them. So what I would recommend is some sort of accessory. So you've got maybe a fountain pen case, a roll such as this one, which is upside down. If they don't have like 6 of them, maybe just get them a 2 pen. These both happen to be from Rickshaw. They are my favorites right now. I'm addicted to them and it's been like that for a few months now. What's great about these is they're very durable. You can wash off the front if something spills. They're super soft in the middle. So you can put a $5 pen in here. You could put a $3,000 pen in here and they'll be protected just the same. If they have a lot of cases and you don't want to go necessarily that route, you could do sort of an experience like a pen loop and even something super, super cheap, something really random that you could probably find at your hardware store, a little rubber strip. These make great stocking stuffers if you're looking like that direction, especially if they want to clean out hard pens. They can actually pull the nib and the feed out of the pen using this rubber grip, using this little loop here. You can actually see the tip of the nib so that you know if your scratchy writing pen is scratchy because it's not properly tuned or if the tines are misaligned. For somebody who wants to get into a little bit more of a hobby as far as like fixing their own pens and things like that. This one I happened to buy from Goulet Pens a long, long time ago, but you can pick up loops anywhere. Jewelers make loops and things like that. This little rubber strip, like I said, you can get that at the hardware store for like 10 cents, I'm sure. But it just takes that fountain pen life and brings it to the next level for them. So those are my ideas as far as gifts go. Excuse me. Starting anywhere from nobody has ever touched a fountain pen to somebody who is heavily into it and really wants to continue and make a life out of their fountain pen. Those are my ideas. So guys, like I said in the beginning, tell me what you think are really great fountain pen ideas. It doesn't have to be 5, you just come up with one. Let me know if it's for a beginner, for an advanced user, anywhere in between. I'm really, really interested. I'm hoping to get this video up as soon as possible. It is beginning of December right now, hence the tree. Oh, and some of the presents that have been wrapped and ready to go. I love this season. It makes work very stressful, but I love everything else about it. So guys, as always, thank you for watching. I very much appreciate it. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe if you want to see more like it. New videos come out every Monday and Friday, and the occasional Q&A on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which have slowed down, mainly because we've had so much snow that I really need to concentrate. So if we stop getting snowstorms, then I'll pick those back up. But guys, again, thank you. I love you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.